Hi, you. Good Shabbat. So good to see you. How's your mom?
She's getting better. She's in a lot of pain, but she's home and doing okay.
Oh, I love your haircut. I love your haircut. I'm so glad to hear she's great. Yes.
I'm getting one on Sunday.
Really? Bespoke and
Yes, I have to schedule all these things. I'm seeing the dentist too. I'm seeing all my obligatory beloved service providers. I'm gonna start just strumming here. You'll be fine. You decide. I always want to do all the things. Okay. Even
Chag Sameach. As you're coming in, oh wow, so quiet. I'm going to invite you to come close. If you want to sit here in this center circle, we would be so grateful. MJ's home, which means we want to get closer. We want to be together and get to harmonize and savor. And if you're zooming in, know that we're hearing your voices and our imaginations, and so grateful you're singing along too. We'll begin with the Nigun.
Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 ay,
Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach. Welcome home, MJ.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's really good to be here.
What a gift to have you in the space, to get to sit next to you. I'm wondering, is there anyone who is here for the very, very first time? Is there anyone who's here for the first time in a long time? Welcome back. Yeah, exactly. So in just a moment, we're going to kindle our Hanukkah lights and our Shabbat lights. But I want to offer us this image and this invitation as we've moved into Shabbat, as we mark Shabbat and mark Hanukkah in this time. Like when we ritualize with candles, we're both doing an act, right? Or when we lift the Kiddush cup, we're both doing a physical act. We're sanctifying the light, or we're sanctifying the grape juice, and we're also embodying a metaphor, right? So in our tradition, we have a lot of light images, right? We enter Shabbat with light. We leave Shabbat with light. We enter holidays with light. And it's a metaphor. So I'm going to offer us a different, so we kindle lights, and when the shamash kindles every light, hayu, the light grows, right? As opposed to pouring water from glass to glass, where every glass gets a little bit emptier as it spreads, the light grows without being diminished. Now, the invitation I want to offer you tonight, I don't know if you can hear it, but my voice is a tiny flame this week. Tiny, tiny flame. And all I want to do actually is sing really big. And I can't. And what I want to invite us, really, this is very selfish, what I want to invite is to recognize that if each of us brings our voice, the flame of our voice in, whether it's tiny or enormous tonight, that's actually a way that our collective voice gets to be enormous together, right? If each of us is a little vocal light, together we get to be an enormous flame. And so this is, again, a very selfish invitation, because I can't do that tonight, but I still want us to be able to sing out fully on Shabbat, because our bodies need it, our breath needs it, creation needs it. That's what we learn, right? But in order to do that, I need you. And I think that's actually the practice of Hanukkah. One of the practices is to say, we can't hold back. We're going to offer what we have, knowing that not one of us will be enough. But if we do it together, we'll be booming. We'll be luminous. Oh, well, we're here. Thank God. Thank God. The you that is the collective and individual, I feel it. Thank you. So we're going to, now with that metaphor, we're going to embody the practice, and I'm going to invite folks who are here for the first time in a long time to come on up to the bima and light the Hanukkah candles and the Shabbat candles with MJ, who is also here for the first time in a long time. The Hanukkah blessings. Are towards the back. I'll find them. I think they're here too. Yeah. What, 279? I was so close, but it would have taken me a while. Page 279. Thank you. We rely on each other. So we'll move quickly from page 279 back to page 2. Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach. We'll turn to page 332. Oh, yeah.
So much for flow.
ידי נפש הרחמן משוכב דחר רצונך ידי נפש הרחמן משוכב דחר רצונך וואו ידי נפש הרחמן משוכב דחר רצונך ידי נפש הרחמן משוכב דחר רצונך ירוצב דח כמו אייל Adonai ziva olam nafshi cholat ahavadach Adonai ziva olam nafshi cholat ahavadach Ana el naref banala Ana el naref banala Ve'aron lano am zivach Ye'asitcha zeket yitraf Ve'haita lach simchat olam Asitcha zeket חוסנה בן אהובך ותיקה מורחמך ותקדמה בן אהובך כי זה קם ונכסוף תכסף כי זה קם ונכסוף יגלנה ופרוס חביב עלי לסוכת שלומך תביא ארץ מקובנך
ארץ מכבודן
נגילה ונשמחה בה מהרה וכי במועד וכוננו כימי עולם 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 יאללה לה יאללה יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 לה
We'll turn to page 12.
Wow, it's Shabbat.
לכו נרננה נקדמה פניו בתודה מזמירות נהריה לכו נרננה ay, 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 ay. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya ya la. Ya la la ya yo. Ya la la ya ya la. Ya la 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 la.
Page 13.
Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, barechu shemo, baseru miyom yom, Yeshuato, sapru v'goyim, Kevodo bechol hamim nifleotav ki gadol Adonai umehula meod norahu al kol Elohim ki kol Elohei amim yelilim בשמיים עשה הוד והדר לפניו עוז ותפארת במקדשו ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלואו יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו אז ירננו כל עצי ההר לאדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו.
We'll turn together to page 14, at the very bottom of page 14. Or Zarua Latzadik. Light is seated in the righteous one. The ones whose hearts are, and joy is seated in those whose hearts have integrity, are oriented. And we'll mash that up, this light that is seated in the hearts of justice seekers, with words that are really appropriate to sing both in Hanukkah and now on this side of winter solstice.
That's right. It
Light,
is actually true.
it is
for
finally telling the truth.
once. May it be true in all ways.
Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour. True. No one can hold back the dawn.
Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though it is the Zarua LaTzadik u'yishrelev simcha. Zarua LaTzadik u'yishrelev simcha. No one can hold back the dawn. U'yishrelev simcha. I am a true Shir Tikvanik, and like a true Shir Tikvanik, I love me an anthem. I love the way we embrace a piece of music and hold it so close, surrender ourselves to it, come to find it indispensable to our spiritual practice. And the setting of Ana B'Koach we usually use, which is Joey Weisenberg's, is kind of one of those for me. So what am I thinking on this now rare opportunity to daven with you in asking that we do something different? Here's the thing. Ana B'Koach is weird and mysterious. So weird and mysterious that the Reform movement left it out of the Siddur, so don't go looking for it. Because Reform had, and maybe still has, a distrust of weirdness and mystery. Shir Tikva has no such mistrust. It is also old. It was written by Nehunya ben Hakana, perhaps 2,000 years ago. It deserves a deeper dive. Ana B'Koach has a lot of mystical tradition surrounding it, organized into 7 lines of 6 words each. Our tradition tells us that the first letters of each word, of each line, form one of the ineffable names of Adonai, with the first letters of all the words forming the Shem Miforash, the complete, total, 42-letter true name of the divine, the name that can repair and heal the world, the name that can destroy it. Midrash Agadah states that Moshe uttered this name to kill the Egyptian slave master who was beating an Israelite. In the Talmud, in Tractate Kiddushin, we are told that this name can only be transmitted to one who is, and I quote, discreet and humble, and stands at least half his life, and does not get angry, and does not get drunk, and is not inflexible. And yet, we're about to kind of do it. Anyone who knows this name and is careful with it and guards it in purity is beloved above and treasured below. So I think we're all in it. So when we say Ana B'Koach, we are touching something that has the power to create direct contact with the deepest well of the divine, and which is dangerous in the wrong hands, in perhaps our hands if we're not careful. Chai Gaon, writing in the 10th century, connected each line of Ana B'Koach with one of the lower of the 10 Sfirot, these emanations or dimensions of reality which make up the mystical tree of life, through which we move when we count the Omer. The first line, the one we usually sing, is grounded in the Sphira of Chesed, or loving kindness, and we can't have enough of that, especially on Shabbat. Tonight, though, I would like to sing the 6th line with you. Yachid ga'eh la'amcha paneh zochre kedushatecha. It translates, singular, glorious one, turn to your people who remember your holiness. This line, Chai Gaon tells us, corresponds to the Sphira of Yesod, or foundation. It holds within it the qualities of grounding, sustenance, connection, comradeship, the things that keep us tied to the earth when everything is in a state of shake. And it seems to me that this is a moment when breathing into Yesod is especially needful. So I invite you to think about what is providing you with your foundation right this second. Where are you getting companionship and connection, grounding and sustenance? Maybe they're right next to you, or in this room. Maybe they're a world away. But think about how the rootedness of Yesod, of that connection, feels in your bones, and sing that. And maybe you are experiencing a lack of Yesod right now, feeling the ground shake beneath you, disconnected and unmoored, unsustained and alone. Think about where that lack and that wanting lives in your bones, and sing that. There is, I think, a clue in the Peshat, the simple meaning of the text, which is so often subsumed by its mystical import, to how we might pursue Yesod, foundation, connection, rootedness. In this verse we sing that we are Zochre Kedushatecha, the ones who remember your holiness. Maybe we're being called here to do the work, the sacred work, but work all the same, of remembering holiness, even when, especially when the world seems so profane, to remember how achingly beautiful this world still is, what it was like to be loved, what it is like to be seen, what it would be like to not feel alone, and sing that. יתגאה לעמך פנה זוכרי קדושתך יתגאה לעמך פנה זוכרי קדושתך So
page 20. Greet Shabbat with Lecha Dodi.
Oh, gotcha.
Shabbat Kabbalat Orecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Shamor v'zachor B'diburecha Yishmiyanu El Amuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad L'Shem U'Tiferet V'Letila Orecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Orecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'necha Ki mikor haberacha Mirosh mikedem Nisucha Sof maaseh B'machshavat hila Olecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Olecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Mikdash Melech Ir Melucha Kumitzi B'toch Ha'afecha Rav Lach Shevet Be'emek Habacha V'hu Yachamor Alayim Kemla Ulecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Orecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Itnareri me'apakumi Livshi bigdei tifatecha mi יד בן ישי בית הלכני קורבן נפשי גאלה כל אחד עודי קלה בני שבת נקבלה כל אחד עודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נקרא כל אחד עודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה כל אחד עודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה
לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תמי. מה יחסו אני העמי ונתנתה ירבתי לה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסה שוסייך ורחתו כל מבלייך. יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס אהובה עליה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי. על יד איש בין פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. איי 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני
Shabbat Kabbalat Lecha Dodi Hikrat Kala Penei Shabbat Kabbalat.
Shabbat Shalom. We'll turn together to page 28. Rise in body and spirit as we call each other to prayer. Ya la 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 lo. Ya la 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 lo. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach. Hamevorach leolam vaed. On page 30, we bless the interplay of light and dark in Hebrew, in English, in interpretation. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv ha'arvim b'chokhmah poteach she'arim v'onam mishane etim kochavim. And 6 lines from the bottom. Umavir yom umevir laila umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzevaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamidim lo chaleinu leolam vaed Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. On page 32, we bless love, eternal, boundless, planetary love. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amechavta Torah mitzvot chokim u'mishpatim otanu lemadeta. 6 lines from the bottom. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negei yomam v'layla ve'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. We'll rise on page 34. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. Page 36. ואהבת אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל ביתך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לפניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך ובדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. We'll turn to page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, צליינו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. איי לה לה איי, איי לה איי, איי לה איי, לה לה איי, איי לה איי, איי לה איי, איי לה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We'll pray for protection, for peace on page 42.
ופרוס עלינו
We'll turn to page 44. We sing Vishamru. Now, Jews love every day of the week. We do, but we don't get together necessarily to sing psalms every day of the week, right? The story goes in Midrash that as the days were created, the first day was partnered with the second, and the third day was partnered with the fourth, and the fifth day was partnered with the sixth, and Shabbat came to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and said, what gives? Every other day of the week has a partner. What is this about? And God, who had begun this whole project of creation because God was lonely and needed partners, was like, math. A relatable feeling. And said, you know what? People, will you partner with Shabbat? And people were like, okay. And so when we sing Vishamru, right, when we sing, okay, on the seventh day, right, God rested, what we're actually doing is we're singing a love song to Shabbat, saying, oh, sweet love, oh, sweet partner, you keep us, we keep you. Right? We're in this together. We affirm our vows in this way, right? And I think we can have a long conversation about what does it mean to be partnered with a day and like what does that, require? But I think, and believe me, there's a lot written about it. But I think I hope as we sing this tonight, this tender, tender melody, we can sing this song also to the part of us that's really lonely. The part of us is like, hey God, what gives? Why is the world this way? Why am I lonely in this way, right? Why aren't I met in this way that I need to be met? And know that as we're singing this song to Shabbat, we're also really loving that part, that lonely part of us, right? That needs Shabbat. And that we can feel that sense of filling each other in a little bit and also realizing that Shabbat is here to buoy us, help us move into the new week. So we'll turn together to page 44. We'll rise in body and spirit and sing a love song.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam B'yom yirit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai Et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat Shabbat vayinafash. That was so sweet. Let's do it one more time. Shabbat Shabbat
We'll turn to page 46 as we begin our Amidah together, and then we'll have a few moments in quiet for personal prayer. Gather back together on page 62. Adonai.
Ufi Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imru Oh, yalla la la la, yalla yalla la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la. Oh, say shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru.
We'll take this time now to pray for healing of body, for healing of spirit. So we'll sing words that are found on page 253. And we'll sing the first stanza, and we'll pause, and I'll invite you please to share names of people that you're praying for. Don't wait for me to look at you. I will look at all of you, but please share the names at exactly the moment that you want to. Let's fill this space, please, with the names of the people you're praying for, that there might be healing, there might be comfort. So in the middle of page 253. Today we're praying for Good Shabbos, everybody. I have to say, I never aspired to be a page-calling, Dvar Torah-giving rabbi, but tonight I'm trying it on. So my big kids, Hallel and Alma, have been struggling in these weeks following Halloween as their neighbors have been putting out their penguins on top of reindeers, on top of Santas in their front yards. The Christmas decoration game is strong in Minnesota, and no amount of hand-drawn dreidels or telling them that the person wearing a red hat and a red outfit is Moshe Rabbeinu, no amount of that has comforted them. So in the season of short days and long cold nights, Hallel and Alma were clear. They wanted more from Hanukkah, more decorations, more space for creativity, more intentional preparation. Their takeaway, it's our responsibility to make beauty. Now, left to my own devices, I'm not much of an aesthete. My spiritual practices are internal and don't often manifest in the spaces around me. In times of struggle, I go inward to find new possibilities. Reflection and song and breath and quiet are all tools that I draw from when navigating narrow times. But this hard season, learning from my wise and stubborn kids, I started noticing the power of intentionally making space for beauty. In these weeks leading up to Hanukkah, I paid attention. Where was the space for beauty to come in? So I was surprised to see an echo of this question in a halachic teaching about Hanukkah from Yosef Karo from the Shulchan Aruch. He teaches it's a mitzvah to place the menorah to the left of one's entranceway. In this way, the mezuzah is on the right side of the door. Can we picture it? The mezuzah is on the right side, and the menorah is on the left. And therefore, when one lights, one is surrounded by mitzvot. So this might sound dry and pretty nerdy, but this vision for how we're to meet Hanukkah creates, I think, a spectrum of practice. The mezuzah reminds us of our responsibility to behave with integrity in our comings and our goings, the ways that we are to practice in our everyday, regular lives. And when we kindle the menorah, we're blessing miracles that happened for our ancestors and the miracles that happen even in our days. So if the mezuzah is a marker of the liminal place, the doorway, and it holds steady in a place that we don't spend time in, we just pass through, the menorah offers a place of stillness and intentional presence as we're meant to linger, watching the flames as the candles burn. So this pairing of mezuzah and menorah asks us to remember that we must bring beauty to our everyday lives and to the moments of miracles both, to our times of transit and to our times of stillness. The light of the menorah is special. We learn in Talmud, we aren't allowed to use it to read by or to cook with. The flames are meant just to glow briefly and fully. Talmud teaches it's a mitzvah to place the Hanukkah candles at the entrance of your home and to kindle them exactly when the world is growing dark so that all can see it. The golden glow of the Hanukkah candles are intended to illuminate the world around us and not to be secreted away. And one thinker quoted in the Iturei Torah teaches the commandment of candle lighting on Hanukkah is necessarily and essentially at the time of sunset, when the heart contracts from loneliness and despair, and it looks like there is no ray of hope. And just then must Hanukkah candles be lit to raise light, to banish despair, and to draw in confidence and faithfulness. So we kindle Hanukkah lights to make sure that we remember that we are carriers of tiny dancing sparks, that we kindle new possibilities with our justice-seeking and our kindness, with our deliberate pursuit of the well-being of those around us, an insistence that even spiritually and politically narrow moments can explode into possibility. And we read the story of Yosef, we read the story of Joseph every year at Hanukkah time. This story of that challenging dreamer who's thrown into a pit and emerges, who saves a people from starvation, but who designs the very system of subjugation that will be expanded to enslave Joseph's descendants in the book of Exodus, not so very many chapters from now. Joseph's story is marked by extreme sorrow and extreme triumph. And inside this movement between sorrow and glory is the motif of forgetting. In Miketz, which we read this week, Joseph interprets Pharaoh's dreams of impending famine by saying that 7 years of famine will ravage the land, v'nishkach kol hasava be'aretz Mitzrayim, that the abundance of the land will be forgotten. The horror of the famine will make the people forget that plenty was possible. And this is the real curse of the famine, not the loss of food, not the anxiety of starvation. The greatest challenge was the curse of forgetfulness, that bleak hopelessness, the despair. 7 full years of abundance would be obliterated in the consciousness of the people by the extremity of the famine. That they would not be able to tell, this is from Torah, they would not be able to tell that there was plenty in the land because of the famine. Pain has a terrible way of erasing memory. Overwhelmed by present suffering, it is easy to forget that it was once otherwise and that it might be again. And so Joseph's action then, when he gathers the grain and makes provisions, is not simply against a famine, but against hopelessness. He safeguards the possibility of remembering that there exists anything beyond crisis, that even in the face of suffering, people might recall what was and conjure hope and commitment for what might be. And this, I think, is our Hanukkah work, the practice of making space for beauty and possibility. We get to humbly, playfully, clumsily, lovingly, artfully, courageously make space for new possibilities, even and especially in these times. How do we dream in a famine? By learning how to make space for joy in the midst of heartache. This challenges and transforms. And it's the work that is described by poet Aurora Levins Morales in a poem so many of us love, interpreting the words inside the mezuzah of all things. Say these words when you lie down and when you rise up, when you go out and when you return, in times of mourning and in times of joy. Inscribe them on your doorposts, embroider them on your garments, tattoo them on your shoulders, teach them to your children, to your neighbors, to your enemies. Recite them in your sleep. Here, in the cruel shadow of empire, say it, another world is possible. Say it. Another world is possible. Say it. Another world is possible. Kindle your lights to the left of the door with your mezuzah on the right. Create space for beauty, bazman hazeh, in this moment, no matter what is happening. Safeguard the memory of possibility and keep imagining. Shabbat Shalom v'chag Urim Sameach. So we will bless each other. Thank God, thank God. I will do my very best, beloved Zoom friends, to read your blessings aloud. I might read them, not sing them. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to invite us, please, to cuddle ourselves, cuddle each other. The blessings are found in our colorful sheets, if you want to sing along with me. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikol ra, yevarech et hane'arim, vayikarev ahem shemi, v'shem avotai, v'shem avotai, Avraham v'Yitzchak, v'yidgul harov, v'yidgul harov, b'kerev haaretz. Yisimchem Elohim, kisara Rivka Rachel יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. Yalalai, 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 ayayo, ayalalai, ayay, ayayo. May we make space for possibility. May we all strive to be shamashim and share our sparks of light with each other. May we all find moments of peace and rest, mentally and physically, as we build a better world. May we make a little bit of art every day. May we be blessed to make beauty in our words and actions. May we surround ourselves and each other with mitzvot, including the mitzvah of beautifying a mitzvah. May we all find the beauty and joy in everything around us, even the challenging moments. May we fill the world with unconditional love. May we stay open to remembering and to the possibility of the wildness of creation. May we be surrounded by light and be the light for others. May we create what we need: beauty, resilience, community. May we sing to Shabbat to be our buddy in all things. When we feel alone, Ken yehi ratzon, alalai, alalai, we'll turn to page 284, Yasher Koach Zuminyan. Rise in body and spirit for Vahashivota. Before we recite Kadisha Tom and read the names of our communities, loved ones in our community who have died, we pause here, recognizing that there's a part of each of us that is here all week long, in vigil, in grief and anger, for all of the people who have been killed, the ongoing devastation, the unimaginable loss of life in Gaza, holding hostages who have been held for over 400 days, with a complete absence of political will to bring them home, and the tens and tens and tens of thousands of Palestinians who have been murdered, holding this grief, making space for beauty and making space for brokenness. And we'll sing, we'll say shalom. And if you want to just breathe here, it's good too. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, imru, amen. So I'll read our community's list, names of people beloveds who have died recently and at this time in years past. And I invite you please to raise your hand if I read your beloved's name, and MJ will come over to you with a microphone. And we invite you please to share a story, a few sentences about this person so we can remember them with you. And as we come to the end of the list, if I've not read your beloved's name, please raise your hand and MJ will come to you then. So we're in the Shloshim, we're in the first 30 days since the death of Dr. Fillmore Rodich, uncle of Jerry Katz and Ravi and Charlie's great uncle. We observe the yahrzeit of Alice Berman, Hirsch's mom. Great.
Alice Berman is Hershey's mom, who's my dad's first cousin. Amazing. And she was my great aunt, and I grew up, she lived in North Minneapolis. My grandparents lived in North Minneapolis. When I was really little, I'd go to her house to make hamantaschen, and had some really special times with her when I was little.
Janet Casanova, Karen's mom. Cindy Cohen, beloved member of Shir Tikva. John DeMeglio, Jazzy's grandfather. Isaac Epstein, Vicky Peiser's father. Emma Fendler, Jackie's mom. Claire Finkelstein, Jenna Mastalone's grandmother. Israel Lou Fisher, Vivian Fisher's father. Rita Fisher, mother of Jody. Jean Fresselben Kritzer, Bert's mother. Helen Goldman, beloved member of Shir Tikva. Malika Henry, Stu's sister. Tekla Husiak, Larissa's grandmother. Donald and Phyllis Levy, Stephen's parents. Ellie Lipkin, Laura's mom. Leon Luger, Lorraine's father.
So today, it's 13 years today, and I can't believe how much I miss him.
Oh.
And I think that, it's a reflection of a life well lived, that all of us are thinking about him. He was funny, he was hardworking, he was the guy you could make spit out his dinner in the middle of the dinner table when he was trying to be serious. He was a great guy, and we miss him a lot.
Betty Lucien, Joanna's mom. Jason Micklin, Alina Temple's father. Kathy Moran, Jenny Kahn's friend.
So it's been 9 years since Kathy passed away. She and I were friends for 40 years. One of the things that we had in common was that we grew up in the same town in New York. And so we were New Yorkers who landed in Minneapolis after college. I miss her so much. I cannot believe it. She loved to dance. She loved theater. She was a sign language interpreter, and she established a floor at Ebenezer Nursing Home for people who were deaf. And that was I don't think that's been done anywhere else in the world. So she was just amazing. And she was the kind of friend who really knew how to show up for her friends. And I really miss that a lot.
Stan Mueller-Lee, Emily Saltzman's grandfather. Hans Munzer, Deborah Munzer-Doy's father. Laura Owen, Deb Owen's mother. Matthew Pollock, Rachel Pollock's grandfather, Ferris Shadid, Basil Shadid's brother, Ethel Tanner, Enzi's grandmother, Bill Webster, Sophie Guterrel's grandfather, and Esther Dube Zeldis, Hirsch Berman's grandmother. Are there other names, other people that you're remembering tonight?
His yard site's actually next week, but I'm not sure if I'll be here. My best friend Corey's dad, Ricky Griffith, passed away almost 2 years ago now. And he was the kindest person ever. He would absolutely give you the shirt off his back. He loved baseball and rock and roll, and just having a great time, and loved his family. Corey was his only child, and he loved them more than anything. They shared a birthday, and they were really, really close. Their birthday was August 11th, so yeah, he was a wonderful guy. He helped coach our softball team, and I'll miss him very much. I already miss him very much.
My Aunt Pam died yesterday. She was the best human. She was my mom in ways my mother could not be.
I'm just saying a few words in honor of my father, Lubka, who passed away 7 years ago in a couple more days from today. And I still think about him a lot. I couldn't possibly say enough stories. My father was larger than life. He's traveled to 88 countries, and he spoke 7 languages. He was a professor at the university for forever, and he had so many. I couldn't get, if I started telling stories, I'd never go home. So I won't even go there. It was just, I still feel like I'm in his shadow, even though he's gone.
He went off script at our son's bar mitzvah, and the rabbis here were like, he didn't read what was in front of him that he was supposed to.
I'll invite us please to turn to page 294 and rise in body or root as we say Kaddish Tom. Sending love to all of those who are feeling, in holiday times, living with loss can be extremely tender. And so just sending resources and love to you. And if you need to talk to a rabbi, I know this announcement is about to come about the Shir Tikva network of support, but just know there's a Shir Tikva network of support. And if you're like, yeah, actually, I'm having some trouble. Holidays are hard, and it's hard to go through with this kind of grief. Just please know you're not alone. Please reach out. Dennis, would you honor us with announcements as our impromptu usher? I have them. Would you mind? Thank you, sir. And thank you so much for stepping in to stuff our prayer books tonight. Oh, stepping in, twisting an ankle. So good to see you.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Dennis Guillaume. Thanks for being here with us tonight. It's a joy to be together. At the end of the service, please return the prayer books to the usher table, even whether there's an usher there or not. Separate the very tattered song sheets from the Siddurim, please. Thanks to all who made tonight possible: Rabbi Ariel, MJ Gilbert, Gordon, Eric, the Macomb Minion, Julie Jacobs, who's in Cleveland, who leaves such an impression on our congregation that we thank her even when she's not here. And Toledo, sorry. And Lori Sweet. Thank you to our Shomrim, Davy Beam, and Rondi Atkin and Security for their steady presence. Announcements: find all of our programming updates on the weekly e-news and on the website. Programmatic updates like adult education, JAMI, COVID changes, etc. We now offer childcare on the first Shabbat each month for kids between the ages of 2 to 10 from 6 to 9 p.m., although we do expect you to stay here for services if you've brought your children. And is free of required cost with a suggested donation. Please check out the website for more info. Next week's Shabbat service will be mask recommended. If this isn't the best fit for you, please join us on Zoom. Is there champagne next week? No, just... a reminder that your community is here to support you, so please reach out to our rabbis if you encounter a life change so they can activate the Shir Tikva network of support. Shabbat Shalom.
Dennis, I want you to know that your hat got multiple shout-outs in the chat while you were offering announcements. It's a great hat.
Very often.
It's one great week. There are a number of classes that are about to get started in the new year. So please check out our website if they're adult education. So if you're interested in learning about Jewish relationships with land, we have a class that's being offered with an outside teacher called From Zion to Zionism, which is exploring Zionism, anti-Zionism, diasporism, like really trying to understand like what is safety, what is land for Jews across time and space. So sign up for that. There's going to be a class on the halacha of prayer, also riveting, but less. Also riveting. I'm teaching that class. In case you're worried, I'm only shading myself. And there's lots of really exciting things going on. I hope to see you soon, and I hope to get to learn with you soon. But mostly just, MJ, thank you so much. It's so wonderful to have you back. We can't wait to continue to learn with you as you continue on your path to becoming rabbi. Shir Tikva has been a gateway for many rabbis. There are many people in Boston right now studying to be rabbis, and we're so grateful that you are one of them. We can't wait for you to become rabbi. Let's close in song. Oh no, we're going to bless first. I always do this wrong order. Okay, we're going to sing, then we're going to bless. We're ready.
No, let's.
We're going to bless.
Let's
Okay.
bless.
Wow. It's till the very end. It's a process, you know. I'll raise the grape juice. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת עם כל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים. Lovely. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avo.
Ay alay 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 ay ay alay alay ay 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 alay 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 ay alay ay yada 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 ay yada 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 ay 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 yada yada